Good afternoon. My name is Chef MichaelRey. Today I wanted to take the time with you and discuss the different diets that a lot of people have been using in the last couple of years, such as, some of the diets that have been in the past decade maybe have been like the Mediterranean diet, the South Beach diet. One diet that's really taking off in the last maybe year and a half is the paleo diet, which basically that diet consists of anything that you can hunt or gather or grow. So it's kind of a non-processed diet. What they believe in a lot of proteins, making your stocks out of bone marrow and different things like that. They believe in a very high fat diet. The thing with that is that you've got to be able to back it up with your fruits and your vegetables. So it's kind of a back to basic diet which has been around for millions of years. What they're doing is, what they're saying is, if you cannot kill it or you cannot grow it, you don't want it in your body. And a lot of people are very successful with that diet. Such as myself, I don't eat meat. So what I believe in personally is, I get my proteins from other ways, but it's still back to the basics where it's a protein and it's two vegetables, not so many carbs. The thing with giving up carbs is it's not something that you're going to give up forever. It's just something that you're going to have on a special occasion base. It's just like, a diet. You're not going to give up the pasta, or you're not going to give up the tortilla, or you're not going to give up the cake forever. What you're telling your body is you're only going to have it on certain occasions. And what happens when you begin to do that is that you begin to enjoy it more than you did before. And the thing is that you can be spiritually, mentally, and financially stable, but what about your physical being? That's very important. The thing that we do in the United States is that, when it comes to eating healthy, we are so used to having that dollar menu that, one of the biggest things that I hear is it's too expensive to eat healthy. But, the bottom line is, you're putting a price on your health. What we're doing is we're more concerned in our outer appearance with what we drive, how we dress, who we hang out with, than our physical body of how we feel. The thing is, a lot of people have fatigue. They have different illnesses that is really caused by the food. I've been watching a lot of the movies when it comes to eating healthy. And, when people say, Mike, it's too expensive to eat organic or to go all natural. And one of the reasons that I don't eat meat, or that I go all natural, or that I go cage free, is because to me it really matters how they treat the animals. If you watch one of these movies on, the veggie movie, or the different movies on how they go from the beginning of an animal to the end, a lot of it is very much cruelty. And the meat is run by 5 companies in the United States, and basically they're supplying meat to all over the world. And it's really a matter of how they treat the animals. A lot of them, what they're doing is they're cutting off the beak, they're sticking tubes in their mouth, they're giving them so many antibiotics, and so many, not even antibiotics, they're giving them a lot of steroids that the chickens can't even walk. They're just too heavy, so they're just falling around and they're flopping around because the breasts are so filled with steroids and different chemicals to make that meat a lot heavier. But in turn, what's happening is that is going into our body. So therefore, we're a nation that's overfed but yet undernourished. We're a nation that our kids are expected to live less than their parents. And it's really sad, because a person thinks that, I'm doing something good for my kid. I'm taking them to, a fast food place so they can get a toy. But, they're giving them a lot of chemicals. And that's really something that this year, I'm praying that people really take the time to see what's in their food, to see what you're putting in your body. If you're putting junk and you're putting a bunch of chemicals in your body is going to produce a bunch of chemicals, but what's happening is it's tearing down the immune system. We're coming up with cancers, we're coming up with diabetes, and diabetes is 2 things. It's in the genes, but it's also something that we get through our social environment of where we're eating. You know, like I said before, we're so used to that dollar menu that, you know, other people from other countries, they come and they're not worried about spending money on their food, because the fact is that they really want to try to take care of their body as much as possible. So those are some of the things that I hope this year that you take the time and you kind of prioritize where your health is. You know, they've done many studies, and what they're saying is that health is at the bottom of the list. The first is like a career, it's finances, it's a career, it's stuff like that, and health is at the very bottom. But you know, the bottom line is that, you know, you can be part of any cause, but is your body going to take you to the finish line? You know, a lot of people say, well, Mike, I'm going to die when I'm going to die. You know, but that also goes back to what that's telling me is like, it doesn't matter if I pray, because God's still going to do what he's going to want to do. He is, but I still believe in the power of prayer. But the bottom line is also is you have to be responsible for your body. You have to be responsible for your health, instead of waiting till you have an illness to trying to play catch up. I believe in longevity. I believe in eating healthy. I believe that it's going to add 10 years to my life. You know, yeah, I believe God may have a date for me, but in the same token, I want to be as healthy as I possibly can until that day. I don't want to, you know, suffer and have diabetes and have cancer. If I can help myself to be healthier, then I'm going to take that steps. And, you know, like I said, I'm here to help you, to help yourself. You know, it's all about eating healthy. It's not that hard, you know, but it is discipline. And that's the thing when it comes to giving up coffee and giving up sugar. Are you strong enough to do it? You know, people say, oh, I could do it. But can you? Can you give up that monster drink? Can you give up that 4 cups of coffee? Can you really do it? Are you, you know, doing your ministry work under the spirit, or are you doing it under the spirit of caffeine? You know, those are just some things that I want you to think about. It's really about more fruits and vegetables, more water. You know, I would recommend that you do a flaxseed, that you do an omega. You do an omega every day. You know, supplements are great, but if you can get the real deal through fruits and vegetables, that's where you need to be. So anyway, I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for your prayers and your support. My name is MichaelRey. My email is raydmichael, or it's organicchef@gmail.com. Look me up on Facebook. My website is www.chefmichaelray.com. Have a great afternoon. Grace before meals.